Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about how to stand out with your clients and surprise and delight. All of us realtors, we want to all stand out, right? We want to be different. We want to offer an experience to our clients that's different than what they might be expecting, right? So over my 18-year real estate career, I always thought of myself as, okay, how do I be Nordstrom, not Walmart? And I just say that. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with Walmart. I shop there sometimes for specific things, but I use that as an example to say, I want to be up here and I want to really stand out. I want to provide that surprise and delight experience for them so that they want to refer me and they feel like they've really truly been taken care of. And I think of it as like the Ritz-Carlton, like how do you make them never forget you, right? So I came up with a plan. Some of these ideas are stuff that we still do today. Other ideas came to me. I actually have some things I'm going to show you today that have come from some of the people in my Real Estate Ramp Up Insider group. One of our cohorts, Kim, gave me an idea that I'm going to share with you today. So if you want to hear more about that, we meet once a week on Zoom, and it's group coaching. So send me a private message if you're interested in hearing more about that. But everything that, if you are in the insider group, you're going to be getting templates to anything that is like a checklist or anything like that. So just know that that'll be uploaded into your dashboard. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to actually talk about every step of the transaction, and then there are other opportunities to surprise and delight people who you aren't necessarily doing business with, right? I mean, it could be someone in your sphere that you just want to make an impression on. So referrals or shout outs on Facebook. So the first one is in my area, there's several local Facebook groups, like community Facebook groups. And I have a Facebook group of my own that's a community group, and obviously I can post anything I want. I don't typically let realtors into my group, but I'm also a member of several of the other surrounding groups. So quite often people will say, hey, I need a good realtor in Hudson. Who do you know? Who's the best realtor in Hudson? And those posts like get hundreds of responses. And anytime anyone puts my name down, they're getting a gift from me. And if you're new to real estate and you can't afford to actually send a gift, you could send a handwritten note. Without a gift card or whatever. When I first started doing this, I would send a $5 Caribou or Starbucks gift card for them to go grab a cup of coffee with a handwritten thank you note, thanking them for putting my name down and giving me the shout out on Facebook. As I've grown over the years, I have a good friend that owns the local bakery in town, and she set up a spreadsheet for me that I just go in and I type in the name and address and I say, this is for a referral. And I pre-deliver her handwritten cards that I've already written out with nobody's name on it. She fills in the name of the client before she mails them, and then she sends cookies to the client for me. And I shouldn't call them a client. They're the person that gave me the shout out on Facebook. So what I love about this is you have to remember you're rewarding them for the activity of them putting your name down. We have to train our people to give you referrals, right? They don't know, our friends want to help us, but they don't know how. So by them putting my name down, they know they're going to get a gift. It's either going to be a $5 Starbucks card or a 2-pack of Mimi's cookies. And the cookies are delicious, by the way. They come in a very beautiful, cute little box that's all branded. And so what ends up happening is when those posts go up, I'll have anywhere between 20 and 30 people put my name down on those posts. And, you know, when they first did it, and then a gift showed up in their mailbox with a thank you, guess what I'm training them to do? I'm training them to watch in those community groups for an opportunity to put my name down, because they know, well, first of all, they want to help me. They know I do a good job for my clients. They want to recommend me, but they also know they're going to get a little special treat when they do put my name down. So again, that type of gift, if you don't have money, could just be a handwritten note. It could be the $5 Starbucks, Dunn Brothers, Caribou gift card. You could do cookies or cupcakes from the local bakery. I actually also make soap. And so sometimes I will just, you know, send them a cute little bag of my soap in the mail too. So if you're into handmade gifts, you know, you could also send them a handmade gift. Like I also make truffles, and sometimes, you know, if it's a person that shouts me out super often and they've gotten tons of cookies, I like to mix it up and give them different things each time they put my name down. So anyway, that's the first one for Facebook shout outs. So now we're going to talk just for a minute about agent referrals. So I discovered early on in my real estate career that being on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin was going to benefit me as a realtor. Being dual licensed in both states, there's a lot of Minnesota agents who are not licensed here in Wisconsin. And so once I realized that, and I had that light bulb moment where I realized, okay, I could get a lot of referral business from these Minnesota agents. So what I started to do is I would go into Minnesota anytime I found a class that I could attend that was farther away. I would choose my class that I attended based on geographical location. Like I wanted to go as far away from Wisconsin into Minnesota as I could, because I knew that I would be the only Wisconsin agent in the room. And Wisconsin is like the cheese factory of, you know, everywhere. Like we're known for our cheese. So a lot of times when I would go to those events, I would bring cheese curds, little bags of cheese curds. You can buy little bags. And I would pass them out kind of as a little joke to be like, hey, you know, I'm the cheese head from Wisconsin. Here's some cheese curds along with my business card. So again, it's putting me in a position where I know I can gain some traction, right? I know I'm the only person who's licensed in Wisconsin that's in the room of like 200 agents. So during lunch hour, before the class starts, after the class starts, I'm doing my networking, meeting as many people as I can. And what I realized, I always ask myself, like, how could I 10x what I'm doing today? So I also discovered that, okay, sure, I could meet agents one by one, but I could also gain traction faster if I went to the heads or the leaders of the offices and offered to teach a class at their office. So then I started teaching in the offices, and again, I would bring the cheese curds and just teach them for free in their office, just to get my face in front of these Minnesota agents. Because for me, I know that if any agent in their office needs a Wisconsin realtor, before they start asking around, they're going to ask who's ever leading the office, hey, I need an agent referral in Wisconsin, who do you know? And we our team got sort of known as the Wisconsin referral partners for all of the Minnesota agents that I connected with. So When you do connect with an agent, one of the things that I like to do is when I get a referral, for one, you guys make sure, please, 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 that you're setting reminders for yourself to give updates to the agent that referred. There's nothing worse than giving an agent referral and never hearing from that agent again, wondering like what happened, whatever. I actually set myself 2-week reminders. So when I get the agent referral, I will set a reminder in my CRM that says, after the initial phone conversation, to email the realtor that referred them and say, hey, Chelsea, I talked with Connie last night and our meeting went great. We set up a listing appointment on such and such date. I will let you know how it goes. Then you go into your CRM and set a future task follow-up after the meeting with the potential listing. I want to make sure I'm getting feedback to that agent that referred on the day of the meeting. And usually it's, yes, we listed the house, or no, they're not ready, but our meeting went well. And then I fill them in on the time frame that it's going to be before the client actually ends up listing their house. So once the house is listed, again, I do every 2-week updates. Sometimes I will send them screenshots of some of our social media marketing. You can do things like that, because here's the thing. An agent that referred you a client, they're your partner now. We are going to work together as partners because their desire to get paid and my desire to get paid are equal, right? Like we both want to get paid. And so sometimes we work together and I'll say, hey, here's what I've tried for marketing, and then I send a list of all the things that we've done, or I'll send a copy of our marketing report. We have this amazing marketing report that we give out to our clients, and then I'll ask them, hey, if this were your client, you saw what I've done so far for marketing. Is there anything else that I might be forgetting that you might recommend that's working in your area? Because again, like I said, we're partners, right? They want to get paid, I want to get paid. And then usually when I get them under contract, I don't let them know via email. I actually send them a handwritten note, and the note basically says, thank you for trusting the McNamee Real Estate Team with your agent referral. Connie so-and-so is now under contract and set to close on June 30th. Congratulations, you're having a payday. And then I send this is a payday candy bar. I don't know if you can see it. I don't send the full-size bars. I just send these little fun-size bars. I keep them in my drawer and mail them with the card. And then once the card arrives, I'll do a quick email giving them updates to say, like, here's when we're closing, here's the contingencies that were in the offer, it's a pretty solid deal, or just filling them in so that they know when they go under contract. Just rather than sending a plain old email or calling them on the phone, I think it's fun to send them a little treat and just let them know that they're having a payday. So, okay, so now we're going to move on to, before we move off of agent referrals, I have one more thing. So this one I love. This is the, I don't know if you've heard of these. She's little itty bitty, so hopefully you can see it. But this is a Guatemalan worry doll. And it's literally like this big. It's a little cloth doll that's made in Guatemala, and it's called a worry doll. And there's a story that comes with a poem that says, according to the legend, the Maya sun god gave Princess Amucain the gift of solving people's problems. Guatemalan children tell their worry to the doll when they go to bed at night, and they place the doll under their pillow. In the morning, the doll has taken away all of their worries. So on one side of the card, I don't know if you can see it, I have the poem printed out, and on the other side, I have a little message to them. And the message to the agent says, don't worry, we have your Wisconsin clients covered. We appreciate your referral.